Candle. What does Buddhism say about dreams of the dead? A journey into karma, mind, and the silent whispers of impermanence. Milky Way. Introduction. Why do the dead appear in our dreams? Is it a message? A warning? A final goodbye? Or is it just a ripple of our own mind? Late at night, many people wake up, breathless, shaken, touched by a vivid dream in which they saw a deceased loved one. Some feel peace. Some are haunted. Some even claim, "They came to tell me something." But what does Buddhism truly say about such dreams? This article invites you to go beyond superstition, to walk the path of insight and spiritual clarity, as we explore the deep and timeless Buddhist teachings surrounding dreams of the dead. Brain Eye. What is a dream in Buddhist philosophy? Sparkles dreams as mirrors of karma and mind. What is a dream? A fleeting shadow in the night? A mental replay of daytime memories? Or something far deeper, a glimpse into the architecture of our consciousness? In Buddhist philosophy, dreams are not random or meaningless. They are not merely byproducts of brain activity during sleep. Instead, they are reflections of the mind, rich with symbolic value, karmic echoes, and spiritual insight. Dreams, not accidents, but manifestations. In the Yogācāra school of Mahayana Buddhism, often translated as the mind-only school, the entire universe is viewed as mind-created. There is no reality out there independent of perception. And so, the world we inhabit by day, and the one we enter by night, are both mental projections, just layered differently. Reality is a dream. And a dream is just another reality. From this view, dreams are not illusions to be dismissed. They are manifestations of our vasanas, karmic imprints, our samskaras, mental formations, and our deepest habitual patterns. A dream is a mirror. A dream, then, becomes a mirror. Not a mirror that reflects the body, but one that reflects the mind's unconscious layers. In our waking lives, we often suppress emotions, ignore unresolved memories, or mask fears and desires. But in dreams, these hidden parts emerge. A fear we've been running from. A longing we never voiced. A karmic relationship we thought was finished. Dreams unveil what is unfinished, unspoken, or unhealed. They are whispers from the soul, asking to be seen, held, and released. Karma in dreams. In Buddhist psychology, karma is not just about actions, it's about intention, habit, and energy. Every thought, word, and deed we perform leaves a subtle imprint on the mind. These imprints can resurface in many ways, including through dreams. Sometimes, dreams are expressions of past karma arising again. A figure from long ago reappears. A conflict repeats itself in symbolic form. A sense of familiarity arises with someone we've never met in this life. These are not coincidences. They may be resurfacing karmic threads, offering an opportunity to witness, release, or purify. Person in lotus position. Dreams as spiritual messengers. While many dreams arise from psychological or karmic conditions, some carry a spiritual resonance. Certain dreams, especially those experienced by sincere practitioners, can contain insights into the nature of mind, teachings from inner wisdom, encounters with symbolic beings, glimpses of past lives, even messages from higher states of consciousness. In Buddhist stories, many great masters had prophetic or guiding dreams, from visions of their teachers before meeting them, to instructions on which path to take next on their journey to enlightenment. But even here, the instruction is clear. Do not cling to dreams. Do not chase visions. Simply observe. Let them pass like clouds. Tibetan proverb. Dreams can serve as a reminder. That there is more to this life than meets the eye. That awakening is not limited to the daytime. That the mind is capable of far more than we know. Brain 1. The Diamond Sutra's warning and gift. The Diamond Sutra, one of the most treasured scriptures in Mahayana Buddhism, offers this powerful teaching. All conditioned phenomena are like a dream, an illusion, a bubble, a shadow. This isn't just a poetic metaphor. It is a radical call to awaken. Just as we wake from a dream and realize it wasn't real, the awakened one, the Buddha, sees the entire world of form, thought, and emotion as temporary, interdependent, and not self. And so, to study dreams in Buddhism is not merely to ask, what does this dream mean? But rather, what does this dream reveal about how I perceive reality itself? Crescent moon night is also the path. Buddhism teaches that awareness is the path, whether in meditation, conversation, or deep sleep. To observe a dream mindfully is to train the heart. To reflect on a recurring dream is to meet a part of oneself longing for liberation. To experience a profound dream and not cling to it, that is the practice of non-attachment. In the end, dreams are not outside the spiritual journey. They are a part of it. They are not distractions. They are invitations to look deeper, to live more awake, to recognize that even sleep carries the seeds of awakening. So, the next time you close your eyes and drift into dream, remember, you are not escaping the path. You are simply walking it with your eyes closed and your heart wide open. Dove 2. Why do we dream of the dead? Sparkles 5 Spiritual reasons from the Buddhist view. In the quiet stillness of night, someone we love, long gone from this world, returns. Their image is vivid. Their voice, familiar. Their presence, real. And when we wake, heart pounding, we are left wondering, why did they come back to me? Was it them, or just my mind playing tricks? From a Buddhist perspective, dreams of the dead are not mere coincidence. They arise from a complex tapestry of karma, emotion, spiritual connection, and the subtle movements of mind. Here are 5 core reasons why, according to Buddhist teachings, the dead may appear in our dreams. 1. Broken heart. Unresolved attachments, I mean chua dut. Sometimes, it's not that the departed are calling to us. It's that we haven't let them go. When love turns into longing, when grief becomes our daily prayer, their image lingers in our heart-mind, citta. And this emotional charge, the deep missing, the silent tears, may take form in our dreams. A whispered, I miss you, becomes a dream where they smile, sit beside us, or simply look. This is not necessarily a supernatural event. In many cases, it is simply the echo of love. The karmic energy of attachment seeking a way to express itself. Buddhism gently reminds us. Love, when clung to, becomes suffering. To truly love, is to set free. 2. Link karmic connection, Engip Luk Rang Gyuk. Some souls are bound, not just by blood, but by karma. Unfinished business from this life, or even past ones, may still be weaving invisible threads between us and those who've passed on. A debt unpaid. A promise broken. A relationship that ended in hurt. According to Buddhist thought, karma doesn't vanish with death. It continues. And sometimes, it manifests through dreams. As a message, a reminder, or a call for resolution. Especially during the Bardo, the transitional state after death, these karmic ties may become even more active. 2 minds, once connected, can still find each other, even across the veil of impermanence. 3. Candle the Bardo state, Trung Em Dan. In Tibetan Buddhism, it is believed that after death, beings enter a state called Bardo, a space between death and rebirth. This state can last up to 49 days. During this time, the soul is not fully gone, but not fully reborn. It may be wandering, searching, or confused. And in that searching, it may reach out, not with words, but with energy. Not in the physical world, but in dreams. He said he was cold, that he couldn't find the way. This kind of dream may reflect the suffering of a being in Bardo, calling for help. Buddhists often chant sutras, light incense, and dedicate merits during these 49 days, not out of fear, but out of compassion, to help guide the wandering soul toward peace. 4. Mind projection or guilt, Ao on Tom Tuk, Tom Tu Tao. Sometimes, the dream isn't about them. It's about us. Our mind, especially when burdened with guilt, regret, or unspoken grief, has the power to project images so real, we believe they came from the outside. In Buddhism, this is called Chit Maya. The world created by mind. You regret not saying goodbye. You never made peace before they passed. You wish you had done more. And so, the mind creates a space in which that reconciliation seems possible, in a dream. This isn't fantasy. It's the mind trying to heal itself. 5. Milky Way, a spiritual message or call for help. Though rare, there are moments when dreams do carry messages. From higher realms, from beings who have passed, or from the deeper wisdom within. Those who had strong spiritual connections with the departed, a teacher, a loved one, even a child, may experience dreams where the deceased offers advice, asks for prayers or offerings, warns of danger, or appears in radiant form, offering peace. But even in these cases, Buddhist masters advise deep mindfulness. Do not attach to dreams, even the beautiful ones. Do not chase meanings. Let the mind remain still, and truth will rise by itself. Dreams can inspire. But they are not absolute truth. They are reflections, not destinations. In summary. Why do we dream of the dead? Because we're human. And because our minds are not separated from love, from karma, from time. Whether the dream arises from grief, guilt, karmic connection, or a genuine spiritual call. It is an invitation. To awaken. To reflect. To let go. And most of all, to live this fleeting life with mindfulness. So that when death comes, to us or to those we love, we have nothing left to say, except thank you. Person in Lotus Position 3. How to interpret dreams of the dead, the Buddhist way. Wisdom, not fear. Mindfulness, not superstition. When a loved one who has passed away appears in a dream, our first instinct is often confusion, fear, or clinging. We ask, was it a sign? Do they need help? Should I be worried? In the Buddhist tradition, such dreams are not judged as good or bad. Instead, they are seen as reflections of mind, echoes of karma, and sometimes, calls for compassion, not fear. But how should we respond wisely to these dreams? With calm awareness and a compassionate heart. White heavy checkmark what you should do. 1. Crescent moon, reflect on your state of mind. Ask yourself, what was I feeling before I went to sleep? Have I been grieving, remembering, or thinking of them often? Sometimes the dream arises not from the spirit world, but from your own tender heart needing comfort or closure. 2. Person in lotus position, observe with mindfulness. Don't rush to label the dream as a sign or a message. Instead, observe your emotions when you wake up. Are you at peace? Afraid? Ashamed? Longing? These feelings are part of the teaching. Let them arise, and gently let them go. What you should not do. 1. Don't panic or obsess. The more we cling to dreams, the more suffering arises. Dreams are tambo, fleeting images of the mind. Let them pass like clouds across a calm sky. 2. Crossmark, don't chase fortune tellers. Seeking predictions or asking others to decode your dream often leads us away from insight and into confusion. Buddhism teaches inner clarity, not external guessing. 3. Crossmark. Don't assume every dream is a prophecy. Most dreams are not signs. They are mirrors, showing us our karma, emotions, or needs. Don't take them too literally. Take them mindfully. 4. Crossmark. Don't forget the present. Whether the dream came from the past, or from the unseen, your life is unfolding now. Be present. Be kind. Be awake. Blossom. Final thought. To dream of the dead is not a curse, it is a moment to pause. To look inward. To act with love, not fear. To remember that compassion is stronger than confusion. Let the dream guide you back to the present, where your prayers, your peace, and your practice truly matter. 4. Sacred words on dreams of the dead. Teachings from sutras and masters of the path. Throughout Buddhist history, dreams have not been dismissed as meaningless illusions. Instead, they are viewed as reflections of karma, signals of lingering attachment, and sometimes, opportunities for liberation, for both the living and the dead. Here are 3 essential teachings from Buddhist texts and great masters that offer timeless wisdom for those seeking to understand dreams of the departed. 1. Open Book. The Earth Store Sutra. If someone dies with unresolved karma, they may appear in dreams, seeking help, release, or peace. Offerings and merits made in their name can assist them on their journey. This powerful passage lies at the heart of Buddhist funeral traditions across Asia. It explains why many families conduct 49-day memorial ceremonies, a sacred window known as the Bardo, where the soul of the deceased may still be seeking direction. During this time, dreams of the dead are seen not as random, but as cries for compassion. By reciting sutras, performing acts of generosity, or lighting a single lamp with a prayer, we can ease their suffering and free ourselves from lingering sorrow. 2. Man in Lotus Position. Milarepa's teaching on mind and dreams. Milarepa, the great Tibetan yogi and enlightened master, once said, "What appears in dreams, be it gods or ghosts, demons or the dead, is none other than your own mind." This profound statement cuts through the illusion of outside and inside. It reminds us that all dream figures, even those who have died, arise from within. They may symbolize our karma, our fears, our love, or our deep spiritual bonds. But they are not separate from us. The dream is not a haunting. It is a mirror, showing us what still clings to our consciousness. 3. Diamond Sutra. The Diamond Sutra. All conditioned phenomena are like a dream, an illusion, a bubble, a shadow. Let go, and you will be free. Perhaps the most poetic and piercing teaching on impermanence, this passage reveals the nature of reality itself. Just as the body in our dream vanishes upon waking, so too does this life. Flickering, fleeting, not to be clung to. The appearance of the dead in dreams, then, is not to trap us in fear, but to remind us. This world is passing. Wake up. Let go. Love fully, without attachment. Blossom. Final reflection. These sacred texts and teachings do not offer superstition. They offer freedom. Freedom from fear. Freedom from clinging. Freedom through understanding. So when the dead visit in dreams, we do not run. We bow. We listen. We practice. And with compassion, we release them, and ourselves. Open Book. A true story, the mother who dreamed of her son. There was a woman in Vietnam, deeply grieving the loss of her son who passed away in an accident. Every night, she dreamed of him, pale, crying, reaching out. The dreams terrified her. She thought he was suffering in the afterlife. A monk advised her. He is calling for your merit. Recite the Earth Store Sutra. Offer food. Save animals. Light a lamp for him. She did. For 49 days, she woke at 4 a.m. to recite sutras. She released birds every weekend. She donated to a charity school in his name. On the 50th day, her son appeared in her dream one last time. "I'm okay now, Mioi. I found the light." She never dreamed of him again. But she smiled more. Her grief turned into peace. How to help the deceased through Buddhist practice. A path of compassion, merit, and inner peace. When we dream of someone who has passed away, and the dream carries a sense of sadness, longing, or even plea for help, our heart naturally wants to do something. We wonder, are they suffering? Do they need my help? What can I do for them, now that they're gone? In Buddhist teachings, the bond between the living and the dead does not end at the funeral. That bond, especially when rooted in love, continues through karma and consciousness. And most beautifully, we can still help them. Even when a life ends, merit, Fawak Bao, can still be transferred, and suffering can still be eased, not through sorrow, but through practice. Here is how the Buddhist path guides us to help those who have departed. 1. Recite sutras with a heart full of loving kindness. In Mahayana Buddhism, chanting sutras is not just a ritual, it's a powerful form of vibrational merit that connects worlds. Some of the most commonly used sutras to dedicate to the deceased include Kinjia Tang, Earth Store Sutra. This is the most recommended scripture for helping beings in the Bardo, intermediate state between death and rebirth. It is filled with compassion and vows to rescue beings from suffering realms. Kin A D Da, Amitba Sutra, often recited to help the deceased be reborn in the Pure Land. Kin Lang Niyam, Shurangama Sutra, deeply transformative, used to purify karma and awaken higher consciousness. Speech balloon. When you chant, do not rush. Let each word be a flower you offer to their journey. 2. Seedling. Perform acts of merit on their behalf. In Buddhism, actions of goodness create energy that can be shared. If the one who passed away is still bound by karma or sorrow, your actions can become the wind that lifts them toward peace. Here are some powerful merit-making activities. Phom Sin, releasing animals, a symbol of freeing life and generating compassion. Kung Duong, offering to monks or temples. Supporting the Sangha brings great blessings. Bo Ti, charity. Donate to the poor, the sick, the elderly, in their name. Jup Nuoi Ben, caring for the ill. Bringing comfort to others is a direct way of transforming pain into light. Each act becomes a bridge, connecting your love to their liberation. 3. Candle. Make offerings with a peaceful mind. You don't need grand rituals. Even a simple altar at home, a candle, a cup of tea, or a bowl of fruit, offered with sincerity, is enough. Light incense. Place their photo gently. And say a silent prayer. Nguyen hoi hung song duk nai den cho hom lin. Ka cho nuoi duok siu thot, and vui noi koi lan. This is not superstition. This is mindfulness in action, a sacred offering from the heart. 4. Person in lotus position. Let go, the greatest offering of all. Sometimes, our grief becomes a chain. We miss them. We cry. We hold on to the past. But Buddhism teaches that the dead can be held back, not by the karma they created, but by the attachment we refuse to release. Letting go doesn't mean forgetting. It means loving without clinging. It means transforming your sorrow into prayer, and your longing into presence. I set you free with love. I carry your memory with peace. I will live well, so you can move on. This letting go becomes the final key that unlocks the door to their next life. 5. Blossom. Create a life of merit in their name. The most powerful way to help the departed is to live mindfully, and dedicate the goodness of your life to them. Every time you speak kindly, forgive someone, choose compassion over anger, help a stranger, or return to your meditation cushion, you are planting seeds of merit, not just for yourself, but for those you love who can no longer walk beside you. In this way, you become their continuation. Their light lives on through you. Cherry blossom in closing. Dreams of the dead are not meant to haunt us. They are invitations, soft whispers asking us to remember, to love, and most of all, to practice. Through sutras, merit, offerings, and letting go, we become a source of peace, not only for the ones who have passed, but for ourselves. May they be free. May we be free. And may love continue, not as attachment, but as the gentle path of awakening. Dizzy 7. Spiritual lessons, why dreams of the dead are gifts. Awakenings dressed as shadows. At first, a dream of the dead may feel like a burden. You wake up shaken. Their face was so close. Their eyes held something, sorrow, love, a message you couldn't quite grasp. But with the gentle wisdom of Buddhism, we begin to see these dreams not as something to fear, but something to honor. These are not nightmares. They are mirrors. And in each mirror, we are shown a truth the waking world often hides. 1. A mirror of impermanence. The first thing a dream of the dead reminds us of, sometimes painfully, is this. Nothing lasts forever. Life is a breath. A whisper. A leaf falling without sound. In our daily lives, we forget. We act as if we have endless time. We postpone forgiveness, neglect gratitude, take love for granted. But when someone whose past appears in our dream, we are suddenly brought back to the fragility of it all. They were here. Now they're not. And I didn't say everything I wanted to. This awareness, though sharp, is not cruel. It is a bell of mindfulness. It reminds us to live more deeply, now. Orange Heart 2. A reflection of love and regret. Love does not end with death. Neither does regret. When we dream of someone who has died, often it is because our heart still carries weight. Words left unsaid. Guilt that lingers. Moments we wish we could relive. These dreams don't come to torment us. They come to show us where the heart still aches, where healing is still possible. And through practice, chanting, merit-making, mindful living, we can begin to transform those wounds into compassion. Let my love no longer be clinging. Let it become light. Link 3. Karma's invisible threads. In Buddhism, karma is not just something we pay for. It's the web of causes and conditions that connect us, across time, across lifetimes. Dreams of the dead may arise when a karmic thread is still vibrating. A promise unfinished. A bond unhealed. A connection that seeks resolution. But this is not bad. It is an opportunity. In the silence of the night, the soul of the deceased and your own meet again, not to dwell in the past, but to release, to forgive, to evolve. These moments remind us that the bonds of karma are not chains. They are teachings. Cyclone 4. Nothing truly dies, it only transforms. The most profound lesson of all comes not in the form of fear, but freedom. Buddhism teaches that death is not an ending. It is a change in form. Just as water becomes vapor, just as clouds become rain, consciousness continues its journey. What appears to us as a ghost, may in fact be an echo, a memory, a blessing, or a final wave goodbye. This truth brings peace. We are not alone. Nor are we separated forever. We are part of something vast, fluid, and beautifully interconnected. Cherry Blossom 5. An invitation to wake up. Every dream of the dead carries, beneath the emotion, a sacred invitation. Wake up. Not just from sleep, but from forgetfulness. From rushing through life. From thinking you have forever. These dreams ask us to live more fully, love more freely, and forgive more quickly. They ask us to tend to the soul, not just the schedule. To look inward. To walk with awareness. To stop waiting. Now is the time to light the incense. Now is the time to call your mother. Now is the time to start meditating. Now is the time to live. Candle final words. Seeing the dead in dreams is not the end of the story. It's not a ghostly visit to fear. It's a gift. It's a moment where the veil between worlds grows thin. And love, even in its softest echo, reaches across. These dreams are reminders that life is precious. That love is real. That what we do here and now matters. So light a candle. Say a prayer. Live well. And let every dream, even the haunting ones, become a step toward awakening. 8. Snow-capped mountain conclusion. Wake up, and live with compassion. Buddhism does not teach us to fear death. It teaches us to understand it, transcend it, and transform it. So, if you see the dead in your dreams, folded hands do not fear. Folded hands do not cling. Folded hands let it become your motivation to live deeply, love wisely, and practice compassion. Light a candle. Recite a sutra. Offer your tears as prayers. Because in the end, the most powerful thing you can do is not to decode the dream, but to transform your life.